What's going on, guys? It's me, Fan 2016 here, and today we have massive unboxing number 9 for you guys. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Super excited to be back with another massive unboxing. Of course, I've been on a hiatus of massive unboxings for the past couple of months because of like airliners and then a trip I had and then of course saving up some money. But here we are again, massive unboxing 9. Just super excited to unbox these models. I had the last box, one of the last boxes, because these are all the boxes. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes in this video. So the last box came in somewhere around like early September or like late September, but most likely in between like late August and early September. And these models have been sitting in my closet for a very long time, but I never got a chance to unbox them yet because I had to do all these videos, like do all some of my previous videos, my backlog videos. Of course, those videos should be out. Well, hopefully they could be out at some point, but at least I also want to do mass unboxing as well, so we have mass unboxing 9 for you guys. So once again, I hope you guys are excited. And yeah, I don't even know exactly on what models I got, although that big USPS box right there, that I know what is inside that box. So the rest of the boxes, I'm not sure which are actually inside, although I know a few, but there are some boxes that I just kind of like forgot because it's been a while since I mean, these been sitting in my shelf for a long time, but other than that, we're just gonna get started right away. So I think what I do want to start with first is the box that's on, the white box that's on the left corner. So I think we're gonna start with that box. It'll be a surprise for me because yes, it's been a while, but other than that, I'm just super excited for Mass Unboxing 9. And with that being said, let's get Mass Unboxing 9 started. Alright, so let's begin Mass Unboxing number 9 with our first box right here. And this first box comes from West Coast Diecast, and of course I do love shopping with them. And yeah, I get to meet them during airliners. I forgot who the owner was. I think it's somewhere like Dan, I think. But yeah, really nice interaction with him. I'm glad I get to meet him, and I did got like those JetBlue planes that were also sold during the convention. But other than that, I'm just super excited to unbox these models, and I don't want to waste further time as this is like the typical box that West Coast Diecast usually ships out their models. And yeah, once again, I'm just super excited to unbox these. And yeah, just eager to see what models these are. Because, like, of course, it's been a while. But yeah, hopefully these are interesting models as I take out the box. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So, okay. Well, this is interesting. So, I don't know what happened with the West Coast thing. They said the models were inside here, but I don't know what happened, but... Oh, man, sorry about that. Yeah. I haven't touched this box in a long while, but tricycle, paddle cars, I don't know. Yeah, something out of the ordinary, so I was not expecting these boxes to be empty, but yeah, what can I do? I don't even know what exactly happened, but other than that, we just have an empty box, so interesting right here, so I think we're just gonna skip that and then move on. Oh, false alarm everybody! Here is the box from West Coast Diecast. That other box, that was just something random that I decided like do. Sorry if I fooled you guys, but but other than that box right there, that was just like a random box. Like, I don't know what did I do with it. Like, I might use this to like, if ever I want to like ship other models to like some retailers. But other than that, we do have this box from West Coast Diecast. This is the actual West Coast Diecast box, not like just that white box. So, false alarm guys, I do apologize. But other than that, I'm just super excited to unbox these models right here. And yeah, once again, these are surprise models. So, like, once again, I never opened them out of the bat. And these have been sitting at my closet for a long time. So, just eager to see what models they are, and hopefully we get something good. As we do have my business card, well, the business card for West Coast Diecast, so you can see right there. I would highly recommend checking them out, so yeah, you can check them out right there on the website. And here we go, everybody. So we got our first GeminiJets model right here, as I take it out of the box. First up we have is the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the Seattle Krakens livery. So I'm really excited to have that. And this next model, while it's like a retired livery, I don't know what to do exactly with this model, but Other than that, I have this other model, and that is the NG Models 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER in the More to Love livery. So, yeah, this livery is already retired, but I'll go into further detail if I want that. But yeah, other than that, it's quite interesting. But yeah, it's unfortunate for that livery to get retired. So, I guess that's everything for this box, so I'm just gonna drop it over here. And yeah, so here we have my 2 Alaska Airlines models. Super excited to have them in my collection. Alright, so we begin massive unboxing number 9 with these 2 Alaska Airlines airplanes. So, we got the NG Models Alaska Airlines 737-900ER in the More to Love livery, as well as the MAX 9 in the Seattle Krakens livery. So, that's my GeminiJets right there. So, I think what I do want to start off first is that GeminiJets won the Seattle Kraken, since that is the livery that still exists today. So, let's get started with a review of the Seattle Krakens livery. Alright, so let's get things kicked off with the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the Seattle Krakens livery. Super excited to have this model in my collection. It's quite interesting because, like, I'm surprised that GeminiJets did like a sports livery for Alaska Airlines, since they had to like go through all like the copyright stuff, and it's kind of like strict, but I'm quite surprised GeminiJets got past that and they made this model in 1/400 scale, so I'm very surprised right there. So, let's begin with the box. You got the GeminiJets 25th anniversary logo. This is like one of my first boxes. Well, in this during the video recording, this is the first time appearing. So you got the GeminiJets 25th anniversary logo. Of course, GeminiJets celebrating their 25th anniversary in 2023 as they started operations in 1998. Made for collectors by collectors, you got the Alaska Airlines, the CGI image of the aircraft, 737 MAX 9 tiles, Alaska Airlines logo, 1/4 scale diecast model aircraft. It's just your typical generic box from GeminiJets, as you can pretty much see. And here's the back side right there. So you got the CGI image of the aircraft taken off with some cirrus clouds, as well as it gets features, highly collectible. And yeah, you got all the social media pages right there. Boeing licensed product, the Alaska Airlines trademark, excuse me, and the 2023 GeminiJets copyright label right there. And the item number of this model is GJASA 2189. So, I'm just super excited to have another Alaska plane. This is my second 737 MAX 9 from them. I do want to have a Alaska 737 MAX 9 regular livery at some point, but hopefully that comes in the future, but I will most likely buy it. Alright, so let's see the pamphlet itself. So like, let's open up the pamphlet, that's what I meant to say, to see the model size, so let's do that right now. And there she is right there, looking in good condition, nothing all like broken models or anything. And here is the description of the 737 MAX 9 and this particular aircraft in general, so you can pause and read whatever you like. And yeah, it goes you all the descriptions right there. And let's unbox this model. So I'm just super excited to have this model once again, another Alaska Airlines plane to add to my collection. And let me see if I can try to like open it from the top. There we go. So pretty easy. As I take her out, there she is, looking very nice. Hopefully nothing is broken. Once again, like I think GeminiJets has been improving on that ever since, so very nice to see. Okay, so we got that. Okay, and just to make sure. And yeah, she is looking good as new. So here she is, the GeminiJets Alaska Airlines 737 MAX 9 Seattle Kraken. So let me just pull it up closer. Looking absolutely very nice in 1/400 scale, I will add. And yeah, really nice livery from Alaska Airlines. I have not seen this aircraft, but hopefully soon, if I can, like, hopefully I can see it at some point. Probably when she comes back to Sacramento or when I go back to Seattle. But most likely Seattle, since Alaska's hub is right in Seattle. So yeah, but other than that, nice to have this model in 1/400 scale, and GeminiJets did an awesome job on it. And here's the GeminiJets 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 in the Seattle Krakens livery. Looking very nice, and yeah, once again, as I said, GeminiJets did a wonderful job on replicating this model in 1/400 scale. And yeah, it looks very nice. And once again, really nice to have this model in my collection, like I said. So, let's start with the port side. You got the cockpit windows right there. You got the nose shape of the aircraft. Looking okay. I mean, like, not the best nose shape 737 representation in the world, but I can live with it. You got the proudly all Boeing tiles. Proudly all Boeing, excuse me. So, there's a proudly all Boeing tiles right there. You got the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door with the MAX 9 and the registration. Part of the registration of the aircraft right there. You got the L1 Boeing door and the One World logo right there, and then it also says welcome aboard right there. Moving on to this side, you got the Alaska Airlines billboard tiles right there, and then you also got in the middle the Seattle Krakens tiles right there, and you got some various mountains. I think these are representing like I think they are like the Olympian mountains that you would see, like it would connect from like northern Washington to like British Columbia and Canada, so I think that's what they're trying to represent here, or maybe that's like Mount Desert Washington, including Mount Rainier. But other than that, it looks very nice. You got the LEAP 1B engine right there, a nice representation. I do like the chevron tooth design and the exhaust. You got the main land gear right there, looking very nice. There's your emergency exit doors right there, also looking nice. The windows are also printed very nicely. And then you got the AT winglet, which I think GeminiJets did a good job on the printing of the livery itself, so that's very nice right there. Moving on to some wing details, so as I pull this up, you got some wing detail from the cold soak fuel frost right there, the emergency exit indicators right there, flap track fairings, the ground spoilers and flight spoilers and airlines, and then you got the leading edge slats and the trailing edge flaps right there, looking very nice. Moving on to like somewhere, like of course I do want to mention the antennas and the Wi-Fi dome right there, so there's your antenna right there, and then there's the Wi-Fi dome right there, and then here's the back antenna right there. And then moving on to this side right here, moving on to the back area of the aircraft, you got the emergency exit door right there, and then you got the Seattle Krakens tiles right there. Now, of course, Seattle Krakens is a NHL team based out of Seattle, Washington. So, yeah, I've seen their merch while I was in Seattle. And yeah, the Krakens are a very interesting hockey team in Seattle. So yeah, very nice right there. Then you got the L2 door right there. And then you got the US flag right there with the aircraft registration, November 9015 Alpha Kilo. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, this is where like the Alaska Airlines livery starts. So you got the green right there, shades of light blue, and you also got blue right there, and then a navy blue. And then you got the APU, the max APU, and the horizontal stabilizers, and Chester himself, looking very nice. Let me just focus it again. Looking very nice, and GeminiJets did a wonderful job on the printing of it. So yeah, a very nice mold from GJ. Of course, it's in a max mold, which of course it's not a bad mold. I mean, it's better. I mean, like the NG is better, but there's some flaws of the max mold. Like some engines can be rocket ship, but other than that, not gonna complain too much right there. And then moving on to the starboard section of the aircraft, you got your R doors right there. You got the forward cargo bin right there, and then you also got the aft cargo bin right there. And now moving on to a top view of the aircraft, so I just set her like this. So here's the top view of the aircraft. Of course, you got some nice detailing from the antennas and the Wi-Fi dome placements. Also, you got these extra details, and then you also got the red beacon light. Moving on to the bottom section of the aircraft, you got, ooh, how about this? So I did not know this was in the livery, but you do got like the Anchor logo, which I'm assuming that's like Anchor for like their logo. Of course, the Kraken, something related to their sports team. You got the air intakes right there, you got your stand hole, you got the GeminiJets logo right there, and of course no bottom antennas. And when I was in airliners, I think Todd explained it very good, that the reason why they didn't put bottom antennas is because like they would like fall off easy, like they would like fall off easily if there were bottom antennas from GeminiJets, and because like their holes, they drilled the holes a little too big for the antennas on the top, it's kind of like prone to like falling off easily. So I can give GeminiJets credit for that. At least their statement on why they did not put bottom antennas is reasonable, but I just hope they can do that in the future, and hopefully they can fix the drilling of the holes. And here's the front section of the aircraft, looking very nice, and a little bit of slight wing flex, but yet again, it's nothing to bother about. And here's the back section of the aircraft right there. So once again, a very nice model from GeminiJets, and yeah, really nice to have another Alaska 737 MAX 9. Once again, I'm trying to go on a hunt for like a regular livery Alaska MAX 9 in the future, but on that, at least I have another special livery. I also have the West Coast Wonders as well, also from GeminiJets from the September 2022 releases. And yeah, a really nice model from them, and yeah, I'm really glad to have this model in my collection. Now let's move on to our second Alaska plane. Alright, our next model is the NG Models 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER in the More to Love livery. Really excited to have this model in my collection. Well, not sure if it's like quite exciting to me because this airplane is already repainted into the regular Alaska Airlines livery, so unfortunately the More to Love livery is gone, and therefore like there's no like history of like Virgin America, because like the More to Love livery is part of like their merger with Virgin America. So yeah, quite unfortunate that Alaska took away, like erased part of like aviation history in the US. I wish they kept this livery a little bit longer, or they could like just like made some like adjustments to the livery, but yet again, it's quite sad that this plane got repainted, but at least I have a model out of this. And unfortunately, I did not see this aircraft. I don't really recall if I ever, because like I want to try looking back through my archives and in-flight videos just to make sure if I saw this airplane, but yet again, it's been a while. But I saw their A321neo in this livery though, so I'm not gonna complain too much. At least I get the 737-900ER version to like fill in for my A321. So yeah, also in this livery, but nevertheless, I'm just excited to have this model in my collection regardless. So you got the Boeing 737-900ER tiles right there. You got the CGI image of the aircraft, more love tiles. You got the Alaska Airlines logo right there, aircraft registration, November 4993, Alpha Sierra. You got the NG Models logo, 1/4 scale collectible models, diecast metal, and then you also got the Boeing licensed product right there. And yeah, I do like this box art. You got the more love tiles once again. You got part of the Alaska Airlines logo right there. There's kind of like two. You can see like a faded one. And then you also got all the colors. So you got pinkish red, kind of like a purplish purple, pinkish purple, and then you got purple shades. Different kinds of gradient shades, so that's very nice right there for this box art. Here's the sides right there, looking very nice. Yeah, do love NGs. Ooh, how about, wait, is it like this? Because like I have never seen like the CGI image of the aircraft on this box placed on this side. Usually I would like see them in the middle, but I have never seen like this plane, like this aircraft placed on that side. So that's kind of like a change, is it? No, it's actually not for this side too, not on the bottom. So quite an interesting change up right here. Here's the back side, of course, pretty much the same. Here's their social media pages, NG Models logo on the top left corner. You got the warning hazards right there, and the item number is this model is 790023, and then you got the Boeing licensed product right there. So yeah, very nice model to add to my collection, although this livery is already retired yet again. I'm gonna have to like look through my archives just to make sure if I saw this airplane or not in my in-flight, more particularly in my in-flight videos. But yeah, oh boy, I'm trying to like look for a spot to like open, but other than that, I'm just glad to have this model. It will work perfectly for my A321neo, also in this livery as well. So as I take her out, there we go, and coming out of the box, and wow, she looks pretty. And yeah, love the coloring, and this is my CRP right there. Oop. Ah, it fell on the floor. Let me just pick it up. Go on, there we go. Alright, so here it is. So my CRP is right there. Of course, March 2023 format. So I have a couple of these CRPs in my collection already. And yeah, not sure there's something different, but there's like a hole right there. There's like a dome right there that's surrounding the antenna. So that's another like thing for like QC problems. Like that should help out with QC. But yeah, it's very nice. Ooh, yeah, very nice. Of course, checking the QC just to make sure. Just make sure. There she is. Wow. I'm impressed overall on this model right here. This looks absolutely beautiful. Originally I was gonna like sell this to someone else, like somebody, but now when I think of it and I saw this, like seeing this in my own eyes, I think I do want to change that because this looks absolutely beautiful, and NG Models did a wonderful job on this livery right here. It's kind of like similar to the A321neo, but other than that, wow, it looks so beautiful. I don't even have like words to describe how beautiful it is. NG Models, wonderful job on this model right here. Wow, very nice stuff right there. And yeah, it looks so nice in 1/400 scale, and once again, really nice to have this model in my collection. And here's the NG Models 1/400 scale Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER in the More to Love livery. Once again, NG Models did a wonderful job. Look at the color. I mean, like, it's just vibrant. It's just like beautiful. Even the engines, they have a different like material. That looks like a metallic color for the engines. Wow, oh my god, that just shows how NG was able to go off the charts. Like they were able to go above and beyond. Wow, that I don't even have words for it. This is beautiful. So of course we're at the port side, so you got the cockpit windows right there. You got the nose shape of the aircraft right there, looking very nice. You got the ETOPS logo right there, and then you got part of the registration right there. And then, is it me or like the nose land gear appears to be placed in? Actually, never mind. Just looking at it, it almost looks like it's sitting closer to the ground, like lower to the ground almost. But of course, I think that's what it is for a 737. Not gonna complain too much right there, but it almost looks like it's just like, I don't know, tilted, crooked a bit. But yeah, not gonna complain too much. At least I'm not gonna see it too much from like a far distance. But here's the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door right there. You got, I think that's probably all Boeing. Is that probably all Boeing? Or it's like Alaska Airlines titles? I'm not sure. You got the L1 Boeing door right there, and then you also got some tiles right there. Got the pitot tube detail right there, and the stack port details are right there. Of course, this side. Oh, here's the bottom antenna, by the way. So of course, this side is red. So that's a start of delivery. So there's a red shade right there. Moving on to the middle section, you got it fades into a pink gradient right there, and then just a slim of like a purple gradient right there. And then you got the mortar love tiles right there. Here's your top antenna right there. This is the first top antenna, and yeah, very nice. And how about the engines right there? These are the CFM 56-7B engines. And then you also got the Alaska Airlines tiles right there. But I'm impressed of the engines overall. That looks like a metallic color for the engines. So wow, that is something I have never seen from NG. Or maybe I have, but I have never seen like a red metallic on an NG model before. That is impressive right there. Great job, NG. You got the main landing gear right there as well. You got the emergency exit doors. And then you also got your Wi-Fi dome. Of course, this now fades into a blue gradient right there. Moving on to some wing detail. As I do this. So here's the wing detail. Oh man. Oh, did I actually? No, okay, I'm just making sure. So here's the wing detail right there. So you got the emergency exit indicator right there. You got the cold soak fuel frost details right there. You got some ground spoilers and flight spoilers right there. And then there's your aileron right there. You got the flap track fairings right there. You got the leading edge slats. So these are the slat details. You also got some trailing edge. The flap details look very nice. And how about the split scimitar? So one split scimitar. So the port split scimitar shows like a red top. Like not red. It shows like a purple top. And then you also got the bottom split scimitar, which is blue. So that's very interesting. It's different on the port side. So as you can see on the port side, the inner winglet on the the starboard side. So as you can see, this area is blue. So I think the top part of the starboard split scimitar is blue and the bottom area is purple. So this is like vice versa for that airplane right there. And then moving on to like close to the back area of the aircraft, you got the emergency exit door right there. You got your back antenna. And then you also got your bottom antennas right there. So bottom dual antennas that are located on the belly of the aircraft. And then moving on right there, you got the L2 door, you got the US flag, and then you got the aircraft registration, which is November 4903 Alpha Sierra once again. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, you got the tail dragger. This prevents like tail drags for the 737. You also got the APU right there, and the horizontal stabilizers, and a blue Chester looking very nice. So I think NG Models did a nice job on the printing of the logo as well, so that's very nice right there. And then, yeah, it's a very beautiful model indeed. And then moving on to the starboard area of the aircraft, so you got your R doors right there. And then you also got your forward cargo bin. You can't hardly see it because it's red, but you can point it. I can point it right there, but that's supposed to be the forward cargo bin. And then moving on here, so as you can pretty much see, the starboard winglet is purple. Not purple. The starboard winglet is blue. So, wait a minute. Is it me or is there like a color error? Or I don't know what happened, but it appears like the... Hang on. Just looking. It appears like the starboard, the port winglet, one side is purple, the bottom side is blue. But on the starboard winglet, it's just all blue. So, I don't know what happened right there, but yet again, I'm like... Nothing to complain about. It's nothing to complain, but yeah, it looks very nice. The model looks very nice. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, and then you also got your aft cargo bins right there. Alright, and now we move on to a top view of the aircraft. So here's the top view right there, looking very nice. Of course, with some nice detailing from NG Models. Moving on to the bottom section, no stand hole of course, which is reasonable, but you got your bottom antennas right there, looking very nice. I also like on how they added like the cutouts of the air intakes, so that's very nice. You also got like the cutouts of like the main landing gear doors right there, or well, you can call it doors, but that's where like the main landing gear goes. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft, looking very nice as well. Of course, with some nice ground flex on the wings right there, and then no clunky nose landing gear. And here's the back section of the aircraft, looking very nice. So yeah, really nice to have this model in my collection. Once again, I'm not sure if I saw this airplane. Well, I actually looked through my archives on my in-flight videos, and I saw a More to Love livery. Well, I went out. That was like, what was that? Oh yeah, so like back in my flight from not Sacramento, but my flight back to Seattle to Sacramento. That was back in like December 11th of 2022. I saw a More to Love livery, but I can't even like make out if that was the 737-900 or it was an A321neo. I kind of like how to like look through all of them. It kind of looked like an A321neo. Yet again, I'm not quite sure, but I think I may have saw a little bit of a snippet of the 900 More to Love, so I'm not sure. I mean, like, yet again, it's a More to Love livery, but I don't know if it was the 737-900 or the A321neo, but regardless enough, at least I have the 900 to, like, really represent me seeing More to Love. Of course, I just only saw on the A321neo, but the one from my in-flight video from Seattle to Sacramento, that is quite questionable right there. But other than that, really glad to have this model in my collection, and it's just a nice model from NG Models right there. So great job, NG Models. Alright, so that's gonna do it for box 1, so let's line up all my 2 models from there. And here are all my 2 Alaska Airlines models from West Coast Diecast. Of course, I got the Alaska Max 9 in the Seattle Krakens livery by GeminiJets, and I also got the 900ER in the More to Love livery from NG Models. Both models are amazing, and I'm really glad to add them to my Alaska Airlines fleet. So overall, they look absolutely very nice, and yeah, great job West Coast Diecast on the shipping, making sure the models aren't broken, and yeah, once again, I would highly recommend purchasing models from West Coast Diecast because they are a great retail store. And yeah, really nice to see Dan in person in Airliners, and yeah, can't wait to meet him again next year, so yeah, really nice to see him right there. So, that is it for box 1, let's move on to box number 2. Alright, so the next box right here comes from a brand new retailer, and this retailer is called MV400 Models. So I think they're based out of like Alberta, Canada, I think. Like it's another mall retail store from Canada. So once again, this is from MV400 Models. I do like on how they added the sticker right there, so that's a nice touch to this box right here. And kind of like came from Ontario. I don't even know once again, but I think they're based out of like Alberta, Canada, so probably, I'm not sure, I haven't done much research on them, I haven't checked on their website that often, but huge shout out to Mile High Aviation for recommending me this website, so this retailer. They are a good retailer though, he added that, but yeah, once again, shout out to Mile High Aviation for recommending me this mall retailer, and I'm really glad to have my first mall from them. So let's get unboxing to this box, and yeah, let's see what this model is. I think I kind of know what it is, I just haven't like unboxed it, but for the viewers, you can be surprised about it. But yeah, oop, I made a ripping into that sticker right there. I do love the sticker, I would like to keep it, but yet again. Alright, so let's cut to the top, like so. Perfect. Alright, let me try to like do it from the top. There we go. So, as I open up the box right here. Oh, I think this tape's stuck. Okay, there we go. So that's ready to open. And as I go through all these packing paper, we should have a model that I'm very excited for. And that is the NG Models 1/400 scale JetBlue Airbus A321neo with the ribbons tail. A perfect addition. Well, you can say perfect because like I already have the streamer's tail, but I have not got the ribbons tail as of late. But now I have acquired it, thankfully. So that's like that fills in the void for my streamer's tail A321neo. Now I don't have a scissor, but I think I can try using my cutting knife for this. Come on. Here we go. Come on. Oh, it's gonna take a while. There we go. Kind of like made a little bit of cut right there. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, this is also a model that was released from NG's February 2023 releases, and I think that should pretty much complete all my models from that release set. The Air Transit A321neo is already sold out, so that's unfortunate, but nevertheless, I'm glad to have the ribbons counterpart. And yeah, my first ribbons model to be added to my collection, so I'm just excited to have this model in my collection, so it should look very nice. So as I drop the box right here, super excited to review this model, and yeah, once again, really nice to have another JetBlue model in my collection. And here's the NG Models 1/400 scale JetBlue Airbus A321neo with the ribbons tail. Really excited to have this model in my collection. Once again, it should fill in the void for my streamer's tail that's also from the February 2023 releases. And yeah, never had a ribbons tail in my collection. I did get to see a ribbons tail A321ceo, not the Neo variant, but really glad to see a ribbons tail aircraft. I think there's going to be more ribbons tail planes that are going to be painted in the next couple of years or so, but regardless enough, I'm glad to have this Neo variant. So you got the Airbus A321neo tiles right there, you got the CGI image of the aircraft, you got the name of the aircraft, A Midsummer Night's Dream, which is a very nice name. You got the NG Models logo right there, 1/400 scale collectible models, diecast metal. I do love the box art that really represents the ribbons. So you can see all like, just look at that, just all the geometric shapes and all that. It looks so nice. It almost like looks three-dimensional when I look at it. You got the JetBlue tiles right there and the aircraft registration, which is November 214 to Juliet. Moving on to the sides right here. So this is one side, here's the other side, looking very nice. And yeah. And then moving on to the back side, it's pretty much the same. You got the NG Models logo on the top left corner. You got the social media pages and the warning hazards. And the item number of this model is 13061. So I'm very excited to have this model once again. Once again, a nice model to add to my JetBlue collection. And yeah, first ribbons tail, so I'm just very excited. And here is my CRP. This is in the January 2023 format, so as you can see. And originally I was gonna look for one in Airlines International 2023. I did see one in the during day one of the collectible show. Unfortunately, the second time I came around, it was gone, so that is probably sold out. But hey, at least MV400 had this model. I think this was the last one in stock, so really glad to have the last one in stock. Well, is she intact? So that wing's intact. Hopefully, please. There we go, looking absolutely nice. Wow, look at that. Oh man, I do love on how they printed the ribbon's tail. Like, the printing of the ribbon's tail looks so nice. Wow, wonderful job, NG Models. Wow, man, I'm just super happy to have this model in my collection, finally. Once again, filling in my void for that streamer's tail I also have. But yeah, well, the streamer's tail is going to be coming in an upcoming massive unboxing, so you should stay tuned for that. But nevertheless, I'm very happy to have the ribbons counterpart. And here's my NG Models 1/400 scale JetBlue Airbus A321neo with the ribbons tail. I'm really fortunate to finally have this model in my collection, and overall, I think NG Models did a wonderful job on this model. Everything from the mold to the printing of the livery. And yeah, it looks absolutely very nice. And yeah, once again, NG Models killed it on this model right here. So of course, we're gonna start with the front side of the aircraft. On the port side, you got the cockpit windows right there, then you got the nose shape of the aircraft, of course, very more accurate than the NG version. You got the outline of the radome right there. You got some pitot tube details right there, along with some other pitot tube panels right there. And then of course you got the aircraft name, which is a Midsummer Night's Dream. Looking very nice right there, and of course a very nice name for this aircraft. You got the L1 Boeing door right there, and the Flyfy logos right there. You got all the Flyfy panels right there. Moving on, you got the main landing gear and main landing gear door. Not main landing gear. That's the nose landing gear. So you got the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door. You got the top antenna right there. Moving on to like this side right here, you got some stag port panels right there. You got the big JetBlue billboard tiles right there, looking very nice. And then this is like JetBlue's mid class. So it runs from here, and I'm guessing all the way over here. And then moving on to the middle area of the aircraft, you got the Pratt & Whitney engines right there. So these are, I think, Pratt & Whitney 11,000G engines, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yet again, these are the Pratt & Whitney engines for the A321neo. You got the JetBlue.com tiles right there. You got the emergency exit doors right there. And then you also got your sharklet right there, looking very nice. And of course, the blue, it looks very nice, and NG did a nice job on the printing right there. Moving on, you got the main landing gear right there. And of course, I think I already mentioned the emergency exits already, so there it is right there, just in case I miss it. Moving on to some wing detail as I zoom out. You got some nice wing details from the slats, leading edge, flaps, trailing edge, flap track fairings, emergency exit indicator, cold soak fuel frost, ground spoilers, flight spoilers, ailerons, and more. So yeah, nice job on NG Models on the printing right there, and they really did a great job on the wing, to be honest. Looks very nice. Alright, so moving on to here. You got the emergency exit door right there, so this can act as an emergency exit door or like an L3 door. So that looks very nice right there. You got your Wi-Fi dome over there, and then you got your back antennas right there. You got your bottom antenna as well, looking very nice. You also got your US flag right there and the aircraft registration, November 2142 Juliet. And the Airbus A321neo tiles right there. You got your L2 door as well. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, you got the APU and the horizontal stabilizers and the beautiful JetBlue ribbons tail, which I gotta say, NG did a wonderful job on the printing, and the color looks very saturated. So that's what I like to see from NG Models. And then you also got your JetBlue logo right there. So yeah, great job NG Models on the printing of the tail right there. And of course, as I already mentioned you can see like the engines, the Pratt & Whitney engines. These are like the updated engines, because like the previous one had rings. So I'm glad that NG Models fixed that, and it looks much more accurate. And yeah, very nice to see that. And yeah, great job NG Models on the improvements. And then you got your starboard side right there. Of course, you got your R doors right there. And then you got your forward cargo bin right there. And then moving on to the aft area, you got your aft cargo bin right there. Moving on to a top view of the aircraft, so let me just start it like this. So here's the top view of the aircraft, looking very nice. Moving on to the bottom section of the aircraft right there, you got the bottom section right there looking very nice, of course with the blue underbelly. You also got some nice detail, and I also do like on how there's some kind of like bump. I'm not sure what that really represents, but I do like that addition. You also got your sand hole right there. Did not like cut out the air intakes, which I hope they can do that soon under A321neo mold, but yet again, it's a small aircraft, so don't know how they're gonna do that. Here's the front section of the aircraft. For some reason, I think this landing gear, well, I kind of like looking at that landing gear is a bit bent. Like the landing gear appears bented, but yet again, I think it's just seated like it's just like that. Maybe it's because like it's just hovering in midair. But here's the front section of the aircraft. Moving on to the back section. Here's the back section of the aircraft right there. So yeah, once again, a nice model from NG Models, and yeah, I'm really glad to have a ribbon's tail in my collection finally. It took ever since like, I don't know, like, what, 10 months to get this model, but yeah, I'm just really glad to have this model in my collection. And yeah, once again, that should pretty much complete all my models for the February 2023 releases in terms of like getting all like the US registered models from that release set. So unfortunately, that Air Transit A321neo is already sold out, but if I ever come across that model, then yes, I'll get it. And that should pretty much complete everything. So kind of like 99.9% of the February 2023 releases that I want has been fulfilled. So yeah, anyway, I'm glad to have this model in my collection. The ribbon's tail is a nice addition to my JetBlue fleet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this model. Let's move on. Alright, this next model should come as a surprise. So you have seen this model already on my channel already, but I do want to feature this model in this mass unboxing because it's just too good to like unbox it. But yeah, I do have this model with me, and that is the NG Models 1/400 scale Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Imua 1 livery. So yeah, you probably already seen this. Well, you've probably seen the unboxing, the singular unboxing of this model, but either way, it's a very nice model from NG Models, and I'm really glad to have Imua 1 in my collection. So you got the Boeing 737 MAX 8 tiles right there, the CGI image of the aircraft. You got all the various like elements of like the key visuals of Hawaiian culture right there, looking very nice, and I do love the gradients right there. Imua 1 tiles right there, NG Models logo, 1/400 scale, diecast model aircraft, diecast collectible models, diecast model, Southwest Airlines, registration of the aircraft, November 8710 Mike. Of course, I have seen this aircraft already 2 times. Boeing licensed product. Of course, you got some beautiful sides right there. The sides look very nice. I do like the different gradients right there. And of course, here's the backside with a different NG logo in a different color. It's kind of like almost like a purplish color almost. You got the social media pages right there, warning hazards, and the item number of this model is 88016. So yeah, of course, I probably have already unboxed this model like twice already, and you probably have seen me do a review of this model like 3 times, and you probably have seen this model on my channel like 4 times. But other than that, really glad to have this model. Of course, I just like unboxing Imua 1 because it's just so satisfying, but other than that, really glad to have this model in my collection. And of course, I already did check the QCs on this like way beforehand, so she is perfectly intact, and there she is looking absolutely very nice. So yeah, really glad to have Imua 1 in my collection. Alright, and here's the NG Models 1/400 scale Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Imua 1 livery. As I mentioned before, this is a very nice job from NG Models, and yeah, I'm really glad to have this model in my collection, and she looks absolutely very nice in NG 737 MAX mold. So of course, we're gonna start with the front. Not gonna go into like much into like detail since I reviewed this model already, but you got the cockpit windows right there. You got the Imua 1 tiles. I love the nose shape of the aircraft. It looks very nice. I also like on how NG was able to replicate the extended landing gear height, so it's much larger on a MAX than just the NG. You got the billboard, like the Imua 1 tiles, not the Imua 1. You got the registration tiles and the ETOPS logo right there. L1 board doors, that was hard. Here's the first like key visual on this blue background right there, looking very nice. Moving on to the middle section, you got like a purple gradient. Moving on to like a red area right there. You got the Leap 1B engine right there. Nice chevron details and the exhaust detail. You got the main landing gear right there. You also got your emergency exit doors. You got your top antenna right there and your bottom antenna right there. Of course, we're gonna look at the wing too. I do apologize if that was my computer, but here is what it looks like. So of course, you got your cold soak field frost detail, emergency exit indicators, pylons, flaps, slats, flap jack fairings, ground spoilers, flight spoilers, ailerons, and all that. So that's very nice. You also got your AT winglet right there. I like on how NG was able to replicate the AT winglet right there. And then moving on to the back area of the aircraft, so kind of like right here, you got your dual antennas right there, dual bottom antennas on the belly. You got the Wi-Fi dome and the back antenna right there. And then you also got your L2 door with the ETOP logo on this side, and this is where it fades to like an orange and a yellow gradient right there. And then you got the aircraft registration over there at the top of the L2 door, November 8710 Mike. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, you got the APU, the MAX APU, and the horizontal stabilizers, and the beautiful Southwest Airlines tail with the US flag on the dorsal fin. So yeah, very nice model from NG Models, and I would highly recommend getting this model for your collection. Also, GeminiJets. Yeah, GeminiJets also announced their Imua 1 version, so you can also get the GeminiJets too, but the NG version is still available, so I'm quite surprised. And moving on to the starboard side, of course you got your R doors, and then you got your forward cargo bin right there, and the aft cargo bin right there. And now let's have a look at the top view of the aircraft. So here's the top view right there, looking absolutely very nice. I do like the addition to like various details from the top view. Moving on to the bottom view, no stand hole, but you got your Southwest Airlines heart logo right there. Also nice details from the bottom. You got the MAX 8 towels at the very front of the nose right there. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft, let me just set her like this. Hopefully no antennas come off. Of course, I don't think that's possible for an NG model. So here's the top view, here's the front view of the aircraft, looking very nice. No clunky nose landing gear and other landing gear stuff. And then moving on to the back area, here is the back area of the aircraft. So really nice model from NG Models, and yeah, once again, really nice to have Imua 1 in my collection. Of course, Imua 1 is a very special aircraft since I get to see her for the first time when she flew to Sacramento for the first time from Kahului. Still can't remember, I remember the flight route, but I don't remember the flight number. But other than that, really nice to see the Imua 1 playing again, and of course I saw her the second time when she arrived from Long Beach. But other than that, very nice model from NG Models, and I would highly recommend getting this model for your collection. Alright, so this next box comes from a retailer that I bought before. However, it's been a very long time since I last ordered this model from this retailer. And of course, I'm talking about JetCollector. So, yeah, it's been a while since I last ordered a model from JetCollector. Now, JetCollector, of course, they're based out of Grass Valley, California, so it's a much closer retailer from my location. But yeah, once again, it's been a while. Yeah, I bought a model from them because there's this one model that I decided to get, and yes, it has been a very long time since I saw this model. I think that model was probably already sold out, but thankfully JetCollector still has this model on their shelf, so I'm excited to see what that model is. Now, yeah, I'm just excited. Now, of course, once again, I have never bought something from JetCollector before, so not sure how their customer experience is like nowadays, but yet again, I'm just eager to find out, and hopefully I get a model intact from them. So yeah, will this be a plus for my long absence from JetCollector, from purchasing a model from them, or I don't know, we just have to wait and see. But other than that, let's go through all these packing peanuts right there. So as you can see, well, of course, there's my receipt. I'm gonna take this away because I don't need that. But inside all these packing peanuts, we have a special model. And as I take her out, come on, I don't want to spill all the packing peanuts though. Oh yes! Wow, we have the NG Models 1/400 scale French B Airbus A350-900. Man, I'm super excited for this model. I've been on the hunt for this model for a very long time, and I know this model came out from their, I think it was April 2022 releases. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this model in my collection, and overall, a new international airline to be added to my collection, to my international lineup. And French B, I've been on the hunt for French B for a long time once again, and man, I'm just super excited to have this model in my collection. So yeah, French B Airbus A350-900 has made it to my collection at long last. And here's the NG Models 1/400 scale French B Airbus A350-900. I'm very super excited to have this model in my collection, and this is actually my first Airbus A350-900 mold. My first Airbus A350-900 in general in 1/400 scale. I do have an Asiana A350-900 in 1/200 scale by Hogan Wings, but this is actually my first Airbus A350-900 to be added to my collection, and my second Airbus A350 model in 1/400 scale in general. So yeah, again, I'm just super excited to have this model. French B has been flying to San Francisco, so I decided to get this airline because they fly there. So You got the Airbus A350-900 tiles right there. You got the CGI image of the aircraft. You got like their logo right there, so it's kind of like present over there. You got like different shades of blue, so this is like a sky blue, a brighter blue, like a baby blue, and then you have white right there. You got the NG Models logo, 1/4 scale collectible models, diecast metal. You got the French B logo right there, and the aircraft registration, which is Foxtrot Hotel Romeo Echo Yankee. Moving on to the sides, you got the Airbus A350, well, of course, you got the same sides. French B logo, of course, pretty much the same. And here's the back side, you got the NG Models logo, you got the CGI image, of course, everything the same. You got the social medias, warning hazards, and the item number of this model is 390028. Now, the reason why I didn't buy any NG models from JetCollector is because they don't have the CRP, which I don't know why they don't include the CRP on NG models releases. Like ever since like 2022, they have not featured a CRP on any of these models in terms of JetCollector. So I don't know why, but I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this model though. I hope, like I'm just thinking that it might not have a CRP. I'm not quite sure, but yet again, it's been a while since I last ordered an NG from JetCollector. I think the last one was probably that Southwest, or maybe it's those American 737-800s, but yet again, I'm just super excited to get this model. Once again, well-needed airline, because like, it's an airline I've been wanting for a very long time, and yeah, I'm glad to have French B in my collection. So, let me see where I can find like an opening. Oh, there's an opening right there, so let me just take care of that. There we go, and perfect. Okay, so of course it's in that old cradle, so as ooh, actually, oh, how about this? So, I guess JetCollector is now setting CRPs now, so I'm impressed. So this is the April 2022 CRP right there. I did not know, because like, back then, like, JetCollector did not include a CRP, but I guess they changed that, so I'm gonna see if I can try to order another JetCollector, like, I'm gonna see if I can try to order another NG models from JetCollector. So, thank you so much, JetCollector, for providing me a CRP. Really appreciate it. But here is the model itself. Looking very nice, intact. I hope it's not broken, but we'll just have to wait and see. Been a while since I last seen this, like, cradle. Oh, yes, as I take her out. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Ooh, that is... Dang it. No. And then we have, like... Oh, dear. Dang it. I guess we both have missing... I guess both horizontal stabilizers fell off, unfortunately. There's a bad paint chip there. Dang it. Well, I mean, like, I guess that's unfortunate, because, like, I had, like, during my previous unboxings, like, my previous massive unboxings, I never had a single broken model. Well, fortunately, that streak is unfortunately lost, and then, I guess my French Airbus A350-900 does come with broken horizontal stabilizers, but I'm not gonna complain too much. It's not NG's fault. I think it's just how they place the model, like, they place the glue in. And yeah, and that's a very terrible paint chip right there. I don't know what happened right there, but yet again, it is what it is. But, as I check the wings, at least the wings are intact, so that's good. So, yeah, other than that, I'm not gonna complain too much right there. It is what it is. I know I haven't unboxed this model in the last couple of years. Like, I know I had this in my shelf, so probably past 30 days. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that paint chip. I mean, it's small, but yet again, quite unfortunate, but yet again, I mean, I do have my Airbus A350-900, but other than that, I mean, like, it is what it is, so I'm not gonna complain too much right there, but we do have this Airbus A350-900 from French Me, and I'm not gonna complain too much right there. So, yeah, really nice model, though, minus all those QC problems, but yet again, I think just a smear of super glue would finish up, like, the model, and then therefore, it will have a very nice model in my collection. And here we have my NG Models 1/400 scale French B Airbus A350-900. Outside of the whole horizontal stabilizers coming broken, I think this is a good model from NG Models, and I do like their Airbus A350 mold. I think it looks very nice, and NG did a wonderful job on that mold. So we're gonna start with the front side on the port side of the course. So you got the cockpit windows right there with the raccoon mask. I think NG Models did a wonderful job on putting the raccoon mask in there. You got the A350 nose shape, which I think it turns out to look very nice, so I do like that from NG. You got the pitot tubes right there. Well, not pitot tubes. Well, you got the pitot tubes right there, but you got the outline of the radome, so this would be the radar nose cone right there. You got the French flag right there, and then you got the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door right there. You got the L1 boarding door right there. You got the French B logo, and then you also got the stack ports right there. You got the L2 boarding door right there. You got your top and bottom antennas right there. Moving on to this side, you got the French B logo right there. That's their French B tiles right there. And then you also got the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engines right there with the French B logo, of course. Really nice and proportional size for an A250-900 engine right there. You got the main landing gear right there, looking very nice. And then moving on, you got all the windows that are printed here, looking very nice. I think NG also did a nice job on the printing of the windows for the A250 mold. And moving on to, well, I don't want to like give like a wing view from this side because I think the horizontal stabilizers will fall off. And like, in fact, if I could try, yeah, that explains it. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate. But here's the wing view right there. So you got the slats details, so these are the slats, these are the flaps right there. You got the trailing edge details, leading edge details, you got the cold slope fuel frost right there. You got some red markers right there, these red dots, not sure what they are. Here's the engine pylon right there, you got some ground spoilers and flight spoilers, and then there's the ailerons right there. Flap track fairings, of course. And yeah, very nice details from the wings right there. Let me put back this horizontal stabilizer right there. There we go. I mean, it's not the best placement in the world, but yet again, it is what it is. And I'm not going to complain too much right there. Moving on to this side, this is where the actual livery starts. So you got the L3 door right there. And then you got the baby blue right there. So it starts there. So it makes like a very nice swoop around it. And then this side would be like a darker, like a sky blue over there. So that's another nice addition to the livery. You got the back antennas right there. So here's one antenna right there and another antenna right there. There's your Wi-Fi dome, and then moving on to the back side of the aircraft, you got the L4 door. That horizontal stabilizer, dang it. And then you got the Airbus A350 tiles right there, Airbus A350-900, and then you got the aircraft registration, Foxtrot Hotel, Romeo Echo Yankee. And then moving on to the empennage of the aircraft, you got the APU, and this is where like the port horizontal stabilizer should have been. And as you can see that paint chip. That looks absolutely very terrible. That's a very bad paint chip right there. And then here's the French B tail. So looking very nice. I do like on how they actually printed the French B tail in there. And I also do want to mention about the French B tiles. So the French B tiles on their first time they did the Airbus A350, the B after the H is actually spaced out. So it kind of like was spaced out to like somewhere here. But thankfully, NG Models did fix that problem on this second release, and they managed to get the French and the B tiles on the right spot. So here it is right there. So great job, NG, on fixing that. And now moving on to the starboard side of the aircraft. So let me just position her like this. So here's the starboard side of the aircraft. Of course, you got your R doors right there. You got the forward cargo bin right there. And then moving on to the back side, you got the aft cargo bin right there, which I think you can pretty much see it. Yeah, you can see it. Now, as I look at this back horizontal stabilizers, let me just take this out again. I know it's quite unfortunate, but yeah, there we go. As you can see, I think this one ends up being a lot worse. I think the paint chip here on the starboard side, that is way much worse than what I saw on the port side. So as you can see, there's like, that paint chip right there runs all the way to like the very tip of the area. So yeah, quite unfortunate once again, but I mean, it is what it is, and yeah, once again, it's not NG Models' fault that the quality control is bad. It's just on how they like place the glue on this model, like on how they like, so how they place the super glue on like the model itself. I don't think it was placed in properly, and therefore I think there was some kind of like problems with the paint chip when this model was actually made in the factory. But yet again, I mean, while I kind of dealt with models being broken before, I mean, this is another model to add to my lineup, and yeah, once again, it's quite unfortunate that this model suffered some broken pieces and a terrible paint chip. Alright, moving on to a top view of the aircraft, so let me just position her like this. So here's the top view of the aircraft right there. Looking very nice. Of course, I love the detailing on the top. Also, I do want to mention, so here's like the winglet right there. There's the, well, you can say it's like a blended winglet design. You can see on the outer winglet, there's no logo right there. Nothing's printed in there. But on the inner side, you can see the French B logo right there. Looking very nice. Here's the bottom side. You got the French B tiles right there, the French B logo. I do like on how it's also in a blue background as well. a lot of details from like the bottom side. You got the air intakes right there, you got the red beacon light at the bottom, and the main landing gear's doors right there. You also got your rat turbine, which is very cool. I'm not sure if you can see it. There we go. So as like I position her like this, you can see the rat turbine like right there. And I'm not sure what is this like line doing here. I'm not sure if that's present in the livery, but I'm assuming it is, so who knows. But very cool they added that. Here's the front section to the aircraft. I do like on how there's no wing flex on this model. And as I show you in the back, I know there's the horizontal stabilizers were absolutely obliterated, but yet again, it is what it is. But this is what the backside looks like. And yeah, quite unfortunate that the horizontal stabilizers fell off. So let me just put them back again. I know the port side easily falls off, which can't even suffer. Like, yeah, I have a feeling this model does need to be returned, even though I have not like unboxed this model for the past like freaking, I don't know, 30 days or so. It's just unfortunate that this model came broken as I unboxed it. But yet again, I think I would have to contact JetCollector about that. I think they said that if the model comes defective, they're gonna be able to like return the model, and I hope they have some more in stock with no terrible paint chips and no broken horizontal stabilizers. But yet again, it's quite unfortunate that this model suffered a terrible QCH2, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. But yet again, I mean, I do have this French B250, and then expect me to get a replacement on this model soon. So yeah, quite unfortunate, but once again, this AT50-900 is nice, and really glad to have a French B model in my collection as soon as I get a replacement out of this model. So yeah, now let's move on to the next box. And here's my last box for Massive Unboxing 9. This box comes from PandaFox Toys, and yeah, why not say PandaFox Toys for last, because there inside is a 1/200 model that I'm super excited to have for my collection. So yeah, really excited. There's also an extra model in there. It's a 1/400 model, but the start of this box consists of a 1/200 model, and yeah, once again, I'm just super excited to have this 1/200 model, and yeah, really excited. I think it came from like the July releases or August, but yet again, well, there's another model from that release set, but I'm standing up for this one because it's a big box, and I think I do want to like give you guys like a bird's eye view once I take out the model. So there's kind of like a ripping over there, but yet again, I'm not gonna complain. PandaFox does like provide nice shippings, and they do check the models for QC problems, and yeah, really glad that they do that. So yeah, really excited to have these models in my collection, these last two, and yeah, I'm just super excited about that. Alright, so as I take out all this, we're gonna like go to a bird's eye view and show you all the models. Alright, and here we go. We got a bird's eye view of the box. So let's unbox these models and see what they are as I take out all these packing paper. First up, oh yes, here we go everybody. Right here we have the first model. It's the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the Continental Globe livery. I think this model should be intact, so I'm very excited to have this model. I've been wanting a United 767-400 in my collection for a very long time, and I'm very fortunate to have it. But to complement on next month's release set, which is August 2023, you can see it right there. That is, oh boy, yes. Well, you got that's PandaFox's discount code, but as I take out all this wrapper, it's a Gemini 200 model. Oh boy, I've been wanting a model out of this for a very long time. But first, let's take a look at that PandaFox discount code. So October 21st, 2023. Unfortunately, this code has expired, but the code was Victor 8 Tango 1 Yankee 6. So unfortunately, this code is expired as of this premiere date, so that's quite unfortunate. But outside that plastic, we have, yes, wow, oh my gosh, yes, we have the Gemini 200 Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. Man, I've been wanting a 1/200 model out of this ever since my flight from Los Angeles to Seattle on board this aircraft, and man, I'm very, very fortunate to finally have it in my collection. A perfect lineup for my 1/200 fleet. Wow, I'm just super excited. So that is everything from this big box, so I'm just gonna drop it off like so. Man, yes. finishing off with a 1-200 model and a 1-400 model out of my favorite airline and a new mold from GeminiJets. And man, I'm super excited to unbox these models for, well, to finish off Massive Unboxing 9, of course. So yeah, let's go over these models and then we'll get into the unboxing. And here are my two final models from the PandaFox Toys batch. Super excited to have these models in my collection, especially for the 1-200 Delta 739. But the United 764 is another addition to my United fleet, and I'm super excited to have this model in my collection to represent my United Airlines wide-body fleet in general. So I think what I do want to start off first is I do want to hold the 1-200 Delta 739 for last, and we're gonna unbox the GeminiJets United 764 first. So without being said, let's start unboxing the United 76400ER. Alright, so beginning with the last PandaFox box, we have the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the Continental Globe livery. Super excited to have this model in my collection. This is my second 767-400ER in my collection already. I did have the Delta Ron Allen livery that was unboxed. That's going to be coming in a massive unboxing, an upcoming massive unboxing after this one, so you should stay tuned for massive unboxing 10 for that model, but this will be my first unboxing in this video. So yeah, this was pre-recorded. Like I said, I pre-recorded Massive Unboxing 10 way back then. So yeah, really excited to have this United 764 in my collection, and it should be a perfect addition to my United Airlines wide-body fleet, like I said. So you got the GeminiJets logo right there, made for collectors by collectors. You got the CGI image of the aircraft, Boeing 767-400ER tiles right there. You got the United Airlines logo right there, 1/400 scale diecast model aircraft. Moving on to the sides, of course they're pretty much the same. And moving on to the backside, you got the backside, so you got the aircraft taken off with the Cirrus clouds, yeah. Cirrus clouds in the background, GeminiJets logo right there. As well as the guest features, of course, these are debatable, these are your bullet points, and there's their social media pages, and then you got the Boeing licensed product right there, and the United Airlines trademark right there. 2023 GeminiJets release, so this is the copyright label right there, excuse me. And the item number of this model is GJ-UAL-2155. So I'm really excited to have this model in my collection. Once again, a new wide body to add to my United Airlines. And I think this is also my first United 767 I have in my collection. More in particular, this is also my first 1/400, well, my first GeminiJets Continental livery aircraft in general. So really excited. I'm eager to see how GeminiJets does with the Continental Globe livery, but I'm eager to find out. But other than that, it's nice to have this model in my collection. Alright, and let's have a look at that pamphlet. Let's open up the pamphlet, that's what I'm going to say, so I can see the model itself. So I'm eager to see on how this model is going to turn out, and hopefully it turns out good, just like my Ron Allen plane. So let's open it up, and wow, look at her right there. Very nice stuff right there from Gemini. Look at that beauty right there. Yes and yes. And here is the description of the 767-400, and you can also take a look at the description of the actual aircraft in general, this particular aircraft in this case. So you can pause and read. And let's get unboxing to this model. Man, super excited once again to have another United Airlines model in my collection. And yeah, I might also try to get the 777-300ER in the Continental Globe livery as well as that United A321neo as well. So hoping for that, but other than that, a new model and a new aircraft from United has been added to my collection, and she looks absolutely, wow. Hopefully no QC problems, that's good. Horizontal stabilizers, and ooh, wow, nice. Man, what a beauty she is. Let me set her up close. Ooh, nice. I love the gold. I love the metallic gold. That is just, that's amazing right there. That is absolutely amazing. Wow. What a beauty she is. What a beauty. Wow. First United, well, it's kind of like, kind of sitting, like, it's not sitting properly on the ground, but I don't care too much. I had the model anyway, and that's what matters. But wow, that's a unit right there. That is an absolute unit. Wow. Really fortunate to have this model in my collection. Wow. What a beautiful model from GeminiJets right there. Once again, their 767-400ER mold is still new to the model plane, like the model plane area, like all the model plane stuff, but I'm really glad to have a United 764 in my collection. And here's the GeminiJets 1/400 scale United Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the Continental Globe livery, otherwise known as the Continental United Merger livery. Wow, what a beauty she is. That's all I can really say. What a beauty she is. I'm kind of like speechless on this model because like this is my first United Airlines Continental Globe livery from GeminiJets, and overall I'm kind of like impressed on how GeminiJets were able to do like the Continental Globe livery on this United aircraft right there. So great work on that from GeminiJets, and yeah, I'm really excited to review this model for you guys. So as we get started at the front side, on the port side, you got the cockpit windows right there, and then you got the nose shape of the aircraft. I mean, like, it's not the best representation of a 764 nose, but all I can say, it is what it is. I think there should be more adjustments to like this part right here, and then all that. You got the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door right there. You got the Star Alliance logo right there. You got the L1 Boeing door right there, excuse me. You got the bottom, the gray underbelly right there. So this is the gray bottom. Alongside with that, you got the gold cheat line. It's a tiny, slim, like a skinny cheat line right there. So it runs, of course. Yeah, I think they also did a good job on like that gold line. So that's pretty nice right there from GeminiJets. You got the United Airlines billboard titles, or just the United billboard titles in general. You got your top beacon light right there. Not beacon light, well, the beacon light is right there. But what I meant to say is, this is the top antenna right there. So this is the front top antenna. And there's your L2 Boeing door right there. And then here are the windows. I'm thinking these are like, this is where the Polaris cabin would be. So this whole area would be like Polaris business class right there for United. And then moving on to the middle, you can see, I think this could be like Economy Plus from here. So Economy Plus will like run from here to here. And then yeah. And here's the GE CF6 molds, the CF6 engines that power the 767. This one appears to be like slanted upwards. So it kind of appears like a slanted up engine right there. Either way, it is what it is. And yeah, GeminiJets, while that could have been fixed, at least it still turned out okay. At least the model did not come broken, thankfully. Here's the main landing gear door main landing gear door, excuse, what am I saying? Here's the main landing gear right there, looking very nice. And then there's your emergency exit, or you can also call this the LC door. Moving on to some wing detail, if I could try like zoom out. There we go. Moving on to some wing detail. Here we go, so you got wing details from the cold soul fuel frost right there. You got the ground spoilers right there, and then you got the flight spoilers, and then there's your aileron right there. You got a nice engine pylon right there, looking very nice. You got some slats right there, so I do like on how they were able to like print out, like they were able to like mold the slats in as well as the flaps, which is very nice. You also got your flap track fairings right there, looking very nice. And then there's your rake wingtip, kind of like the key elements for a Boeing 767-400. I think once again, GeminiJets did a very good job on the rake wingtips, so that's one plus for that mold right there. Moving on to the back area of the aircraft. So it'll be somewhere right here. This is where like just all economy would be. So this will be all economy in general. So it'll run from like somewhere over here all the way to the back of the aircraft right there. There's your Wi-Fi dome or SAT dome, something like that. I would usually like call it a Wi-Fi dome. Probably this could like house the Wi-Fi network, the Wi-Fi system, I don't know. And then there's your back top antenna right there. Moving on, you got the L4 door right there. And of course, one of the cool features about the 767 is that the door actually like goes up. So like it's not like a door where it's just like it would open and it'll be at the side. It would actually like open up like that. That's why there's like a lever that would like open the door. So that's very cool. I like on how GeminiJets were able to like add that detail. And then you got the US flag right there. And then you got the registration at the bottom of the gold sheet line. November 6, 90059er. A nice registration for this aircraft. Not sure if this aircraft is in the Evil Blue liveries, but who knows? May or might, we just don't know. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, you got the APU right there. And then you also got the horizontal stabilizers. And the United Airlines, if I can like adjust my camera. There we go. You got the United Airlines Continental Globe tail. So I do like on how I like on how GeminiJets printed the globe very nicely, and of course I do love the metallic gold right there. I think they did a great job on that. And yeah, very nice model in my collection once again. And yeah, Panda Models already made a United 764 in their new what am I saying? Well, before I get into that, here are the engine fan blade details, which I think it looks very nice. Apparently, I think the starboard engine appears to be rocket ship almost, so it's kind of like slanting way upwards. But what I was saying is, Panda Models already did like a United 76400ER, 767-400ER in the Evo Blue livery, so Panda Models is the first, well, the first model plane manufacturer to do that Evo Blue 764 in their new 767-400 mold. I'm not sure if they're gonna use the GeminiJets one, but who knows. But moving on to the starboard side, you got your R doors right there, of course, and then you got your forward cargo bin right there. And then moving on to this side, you got the aft cargo bin right there. Moving on to a top view of the aircraft, so let me position her like this. So here's a top view of the aircraft. Overall, nice detailing, nice printed detail with the red beacon light right there. Not much on detailing as compared to some NG Models planes. Moving on to the bottom section of the aircraft, I do like on how it's a two-piece mold, so you can see right there. Not much on detail, and of course there's no bottom antennas, which I think that's reasonable for GeminiJets because I talked to them, or somebody mentioned about this with Todd on why there's no why there's no bottom antennas, and Todd made a great statement on he made a good explanation why. He said that because they didn't okay, so let me just read on what he said. So he said that there's no bottom antennas on recent GeminiJets molds in 1/400 scale because the antennas will fall off easily. And I kind of get what GeminiJets did right there. I know they used to make bottom antennas before, but at some point they just stopped making it, which is reasonable because something like that can actually happen. Well, for GeminiJets, because yes. But other than that, I'll give credit to GeminiJets for that. At least they know what to do in order to keep this model in perfect condition. While it's not really the best representation in the world, at least GeminiJets did their part right there. So anyways, continuing on with the bottom section of the aircraft, you got the stand hole right there. I do like on how the main landing gear doors are present and seen through this model right here. You got the tiny GeminiJets logo right there. You also got your rat turbine door right there. And I do like on how they were able to print out or cut out the air intake. So it's not like it's printed in there, they actually molded the air intakes right there. So that's very cool right there. And then you got your bottom beacon light, and at the very front, I also like on how the nose landing gear door is also molded there as well. And then it should say 767-400 at the front right there. Moving on to the front section of the aircraft, so let me just set her like so. So as you can see at the front section, of course, I mean I do like on how there's ground flex, but I think there could have been more improvements. I think I heard in some collectors that the wings should have been more improved, they should have improved the wings a little bit more, but other than that, I mean, it looks nice. It's straight, but yet again, it could have been improved more, but I do like on how it's mostly straight, therefore there's no wing flex and all that. And here's the back side of the aircraft looking very nice. So we got straight and leveled horizontal stabilizers, and I think the horizontal stabilizers are printed there, placed there perfectly. So yeah, really glad to have a 767-400 in my collection. I'm eager to see if I can try getting the Panda version in the Evo Blue livery, or if GeminiJets were to make a United 767-400 in the Evo Blue livery, then I can offer that as well. But other than that, I'm very fortunate to have my first United Airlines 767 in my collection. More in particular, the 767-400. I hope I can get a 767-300 in the future. That is if GeminiJets did a re-release on one, or if NG does one on their upcoming 767 mold. So I'm eager to see on that, I'm eager to see on how that's gonna turn out, or how that's gonna play. But for now, I'm happy with this United 764, and once again, it's perfect for my United Airlines wide-body collection. Alright, so that's it for that model. Let's move on to the final model, which is gonna be pretty much the grand finale for this massive unboxing right here. So let's get into the final model. And finishing off massive unboxing number 9 on a high note, we have the Gemini 200 Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. Man, I am very excited to finally have this 1-200 in my collection, this 1-200 model in my collection. I've been wanting this model ever since my Delta Airlines flight back in December 9th, 2022 from Los Angeles to Seattle Tacoma International Airport on board this aircraft. And yeah, I've been wanting to I was eager to see if GeminiJets can do a re-release of a Delta 739, and yeah, they did one. I think it was back in the June 2023 releases, and they decided to release this model in 1-200 scale on their August 2023 releases. So I was very fortunate that has finally came, and here I am to represent it from my, I'm here, finally have this model to represent my flight back on December 9th of 2022 on this aircraft from Sacramento, not Sacramento. What I meant to say is like, I'm glad to have this model to represent my flight from Los Angeles to Seattle on board this aircraft. So I'm very glad to have this model in my collection. And it's another perfect model for my 1-200 lineup. So you got the Gemini 200 logo right there. You got the Delta Airlines logo right there on this white stripe. You also got the SkyTeam logo right there. You got the Delta Airlines, well, the CGI image of the aircraft. CGI image of the aircraft. And I do like on how the box is just like all black. And you also got these gold trims right there. You got the gold stuff right there. Boeing 737-900ER tiles right there. 1/200 scale diecast model aircraft. The item number is G2DAL1115. Moving on to the sides right there, you got the Gemini 200 logo right there, and then you got all the other stuff right there. Yeah, looking very nice. Here's the back side of the box right there. You got the Gemini 200 logo right there, as well as it gets. As you can see, probably like there's gonna be a lot of as well as it gets stuff right there. Although there might be some problems on the 1-200 739. There's gonna be much more accurate stuff on like the 1-200 model itself. You got their social media pages right there. You got the Boeing license product right there. And then you got the Delta and SkyTeam trademark right there. And of course, this is a 2023 GeminiJets release, as this is their copyright label right there. So yeah, I'm very excited to unbox this model. Man, I've been wanting this model. Once again, I've been wanting a 1-200 739. I actually saw one during Airlines International, but I decided to hold that off in favor of GeminiJets doing a 2023 rendition of this model, this iteration. And man, I'm glad they actually I'm glad to hold it off. That's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, it's gonna be a perfect model for my collection, and I can't wait to unbox it. Alright, and here we go, everybody. Let's unbox the Gemini 200 Delta 739. So here we go. Now, before I unbox it, one thing I do like about this box is before they actually have like a button that's placed there, but Gemini 200 decided to change things up to they decide to change things up a bit. So instead of having a button, this is now actually magnet. So as you can see, so this side is like magnet, and then there will be a magnet over there. So it would just be cool. It would just have a snap fit. It's like a snapping button, but they decided to go for magnets this time. So it's much more easier, and therefore it makes the box looks nice. It makes the box straight and level, so that's very nice right there. But other than that, let's unbox this model. Man, I'm super excited. Alright, so taking her out, I see the beautiful tail. Let me just scoot the top right there. And of course, you have your stand. We'll start off with the stand. So as you can see, it's not the best stand from Gemini 200. It's a flimsy stand, but other than that, I cannot complain right there. At least I have another Gemini 200 stand, which is good. Now as I meant to hit my camera right there. So as I do this, oh yeah, it's gonna take a while for me. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh boy, is there something at the top? Yeah, I'm assuming there's something at the top, but I'll get rid of that. So here's the stand for your Gemini 200 narrow bodies. Once again, not the best stand. It's a flimsy stand, and yeah, I'm afraid my mom might fall off easily. And is it me, or is this thing crooked? This one is crooked. Yet again, not gonna complain too much right there, but that's how it is. That's a Gemini 200 stand. But what I'm here for is the model itself. So I'm very excited to unbox this. Man, very exciting stuff right there. Alright, as I take out the styrofoam, the Delta 737-900ER should be appearing in my face. So, here we go, everybody. So, as I take her out, there she is. Wow, man, what a beauty. What a beauty she is right there. Wow. Very nice stuff from Gemini 200. And of course, as I take her out gently. Come on. Oh, wow. Man. Look at that beauty. Wow. I do want to make sure that everything is all good. So that's good. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I think the 1-200s should have good gluing. So, man, what a beauty she is. Wow. Ooh, yes. Wow. First Delta 1-200 model in my collection. Man, she looks absolutely pretty. Now, as I set her on the stand, here, hang on, let me just get this aircraft out of the frame so I can put it on the stand. I know it's not a good stand, once again, it's a flimsy stand. Alright, Okay, I set her down like that. I mean, it looks okay. Yet again, I should... Oh boy, I'm afraid, because like... Okay, perfect. So, yeah, I think I'll keep it like that. But, actually, you know what, I'll just like... I don't want to like risk the model being damaged as soon as I open it, so I'm gonna leave it like there and take a look at the main landing gear. So here's the landing gear configurations. You got the top configuration and the bottom configuration. Well, to be more specific, you got like the extended version of the landing gear, and then you got the retracted version of the landing gear. So as I move all these, most likely I'm gonna be going for... Hang on, let me just move this box out of the way so I can show you the landing gear. So as I was saying, I mostly prefer having the landing gear in the extended position, so it'll turn out to be much better. So here's the nose landing gear right there. Here, I think I'll just start off with like the main landing gear, since I think it's more better like that. Hang on, I gotta like make sure I know I got this model out of the frame, trying to like put the landing gear in. Like, I know I'm having this model out of the frame just because I'm trying to like put the main landing gear in. It's kind of a bit hard to like put in the main landing gear, but yeah, again, it shouldn't be that hard. Come on, should it be on the other side? I'm not sure, but most of like the main landing gear is like the same. Just making sure. Once again, give me a few moments, guys, as I put in the landing gear. I don't want to risk any other damages to the model itself. Okay, so making sure. Should it be on the other side? Yeah. Let me give you guys a... Hang on, guys, I gotta pause the video so I can like figure this out, and then I'll come back once I put in the nose landing gear. Alright, so after a couple of minutes, I was able to get the main landing gear inside of the aircraft. Looking very nice right there. What a unit. Now let's put on the the nose landing gear, as I do this. Come on. Yeah, once again, I think this should be much easier, the nose landing gear. I think putting in the nose landing gear should be much easier. Come on. I mean, like, it's gonna take a while. Perfect, and there we go. Yes. So here she is, the Delta 737-900 ER by Gemini 200. Wow. What a beauty she is right there. And of course, here is all your... as I set her down on my cutting board. So once again, as you can see, here are all the configurations for the closed landing gear. So of course I'm not gonna opt for that because like I like having my models with landing gear. So yeah, even with 1-200 models and 1-400. So yeah, really nice stuff right there. But other than that, I'm very, very fortunate to finally have my 1-200 Delta 739 in my collection. Wow. She looks absolutely fantastic indeed. Oh boy. Alright, so let me just like... Wow, what a beauty. What a beauty she is. What a beautiful model from Gemini 200. And once again, I'm very glad to have this model in my collection. And to finish off massive unboxing number 9, we have the Gemini 200 1/200 scale Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. And this is the August 2023 iteration of this model right here. Wow, I am very fortunate to finally have this model in my collection once again. And what a nice model to really represent my Los Angeles to Seattle flight back in December 2022. Man, that flight was absolutely fun. So yeah, let's get started with a review of this model, So yeah, let's get started on the port side, of course, with the front area of the aircraft. So you got the cockpit windows right there. You got the 737 nose shape, which I think on this model right here, I think GeminiJets did a great job on representing the nose of this aircraft in their 1/200 mold. You got the outline of the radome right there. You got some pitot tube details right there. You got the landing gear right there, nose landing gear, and the nose landing gear door containing part of the ship number 3856. And then you got the SkyTeam logo right there. And then you got the L1 Boeing door as well. You got some panels like I think that's like a panel. I'm not sure what panel this is like representing right here. Probably like something to do about the Wi-Fi. You also got some stack port details right there. You got the Delta Airlines logo right there, which is printed very nicely on this model right here. And then I think this could be like maybe like Delta Comfort Plus or like Delta Comfort, like Delta's business class maybe, or like probably just like Comfort. I think this could be Delta Comfort, I think. So Delta Comfort would be from here to like all the way over there. Like somewhere around that area. You got your quite an interesting antenna right there. So the bottom antenna is yellow, which I don't know if that's actually present on the actual aircraft, but I think it's very cool that Gemini 200 was able to like replicate a yellow antenna right there. And then you also got your 3D beacon light, so this is the top part right there. Looking very nice. As I move her like this, we're gonna move on to the middle section. Now I think this is where premium, like comfort, like I think premium economy would be. So it'll be from here all the way to somewhere like right there. And then moving on, you got the emergency exit doors right there. You got your CFM 56-7B engines right there, with some very nice detailing right there, looking very nice from Gemini 200. And then you also got the exhaust as well, so the exhaust area is right there. I do like on how that's molded on this model right here. And then you got your other antenna right there, and then you got your Wi-Fi dome or sat dome, whatever you like to call it. I think it looks very nice. And then moving on to this side, you got some slat details. So these are your slat details right there. You also got your engine pylon right there. I do like on how the leading edge details are well represented here, as well as that landing light. I do like on how the landing light was printed on this model here. So very nice. Moving on to some other wing detail. Let me just set her like this. Okay, this should be good. So you got the emergency exit indicator right there. You got the cold soak fuel frost outline right there. So really nice on how that's represented here in this model. You also got some flight spoilers and your ground spoilers right there. I think this is where the flight spoilers would be, and this is where the ground spoilers would be, maybe. And then there's your ailerons right there, looking very nice. And then, yeah, you also got your flaps. That's the trailing edge details right there, as well as the flap track fairings. I'm not sure which fairing is the one that dumps all the fuel, like which one's the fuel dumper. But nevertheless, I think it looks nice regardless. And as you can see by the split scimitar, so I know it's not positioned in the middle, but I'm trying to like doing it. I try to like do it slowly. But as you can see on the split scimitar winglet, overall, I think the split scimitar winglet is really nicely represented here on this model. I think some people may say that the split scimitar may seem a little too big, but for me, I think they may have shrunk it down a bit. I'm not sure, but yet again, I think it. I mean, like looking in the perspective side of things, I think the split scimitar does look nice. I think GeminiJets did fix the split scimitar a bit on this model right there, because like I think before it was a little too big. I think mainly like the top part. So this top part right there may seem a little too big. I'm not sure if that's present on this model. Maybe GeminiJets may have changed that, but other than that, I do like on how that's well represented on this 1-200 model. So that's very nice. And then moving on to this area of the aircraft, you got your emergency exit door right there. So this acts as the emergency exit door. The original non-ER 737-900, I don't think that does not have an emergency exit. Like, I don't think it has an emergency exit door. So quite interesting. But because like the 900ER, they want to like get in more, like put more passengers on that aircraft. Excuse me. So as I was saying, so I think because the 900ER, because they want to like add more passengers on that variant, I think it's best for them to like put that emergency exit door, so that way they can like follow the 90-second evacuation rule from the FAA. So I think that's how this model is, like how this aircraft is designed. And yeah, Gemini 200 did a nice job on replicating that. And of course, you got your economy stuff right there. I was seated in economy during my flight to Seattle, so quite an interesting experience right there. And then moving on to the back area of the aircraft, you got your back antenna right there, you got your US flag, and then you got your L2 door. And what I also do like is they added like the tail skid area right there, and they added this extra piece right there. And then you got the aircraft registration, which is November 856 Delta November. I was on, I think it was it November 875 Delta Zulu? Wait, I think it's something different, because like I've flown on a different registration, but not this particular registration. Here we go. So I was on November 857 Delta Zulu, and yeah, very nice flight once again. And yeah, really glad to fly on that registration and get a 1-200 model out of that registration. And then moving on to the empennage area of the aircraft, let me just turn her like this. You got the APU, which is well really represented here on this model right here. And then you got some horizontal stabilizers right there with some nice details. I think this could be like the logo light right there. So yeah, very nice. And then you got the beautiful Delta Airlines upward and onward tail with the ship number on top. So very nice representation right there. And I do love on how GeminiJets was able to like print the logo right there, the Delta Airlines logo on the tail. It looks absolutely very, very nice right there. Wow. Nice work from GeminiJets in their 1-200 department. And as I put the aircraft like somewhere in the front, I do want to give you guys the detail of the CFM56 engine. I do like on how the engine fan blades are well represented here, as well as that spiral in the middle. So yeah, very nice. And yeah, you don't see that on many of these 1-200 narrow bodies. So I do like on how Gemini 200 was able to replicate that. And then moving on to the starboard side, of course you got your R doors right there. Now let me see if I can try to focus on that cargo door. There we go. So you got your forward cargo bin right there. So that's the forward cargo door right there. And then moving on to the aft cargo door. Let me just like set her like this. Okay, just want to do it slowly. So as you can see, you got your aft cargo door right there. Moving on to a top view of the aircraft. So while I keep the aircraft, well, actually I'll just take it off from the stand because yes. So as I give you guys a top view of the aircraft, here's a top view of the aircraft looking very nice, of course, with some fantastic details from that 3D beacon light. You can see the 3D beacon light a little bit more clearer. And then moving on to the bottom section of the aircraft. So here's the bottom. Let me just set her like, let me just fix this like this. Okay, so here's the bottom of the aircraft. Hang on, let me just like try to maneuver her. There we go. So you can see the bottom of the aircraft more clearly. So I do like on how the bottom is well represented here. You got the Delta Airlines logo right there, and this is where the stand hole should be. So this is where the stand, this is where you place the stand. I do like on how they were able to like replicate the bottom, although the air intakes aren't molded, but I do like on how they're printed at the right spot. And then you got your GeminiJets logo right there, and then you got the 737-900 tiles right there, so B737-900, so it's way all the way over there. You can see much of the main landing gear stuff right there, so you can see all these details right there, looking very nice. And then moving on to a front section, front view of the aircraft. Here, let me do this. So here's the front view of the aircraft, looking very nice. And then moving on to the back view of the aircraft. Here is the back view of the aircraft. And I do love on how there's like holes on the APU right there. So, well, wow. Well represented here for a 1-200 739. So, very nice right there. Now, if you guys are wondering what seat I was on C23F. So, C23F can be somewhere, I'm guessing somewhere in between these windows. So, let me just pull it closer. So, C23F should be somewhere kind of like right there, somewhere in between right there, because like I was like facing, like I was looking at the wing, so kind of like I was kind of like close to the wing, so it's kind of like somewhere over there. But nevertheless, I'm really glad to have this model in my collection, and once again, a well-represented model for my flight from Los Angeles to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport on board this aircraft, although I was on a different aircraft registration. But nevertheless, no matter what registration this Delta 739 is, I'm glad to have a 1-200 model out of this model right here. And yeah, it should be absolutely perfect for my 1-200 collection, therefore my Delta Airlines collection as well. So, really glad to have this model, and it's just absolutely perfect, and Gemini 200 did a wonderful job on this beautiful model right here. So, that's it for the last box from my PandaFox batch. Now let's line up all my 2 models to conclude this video. So, we're gonna line up my 2 models and conclude today's video, so without being said, let's do that. And here are my 2 models from the PandaFox toy batch to round off mass unboxing number 9, looking absolutely beautiful. So of course I got my United 764 right there in 1/400 scale, but to top it all off, I have my Gemini 200 Delta 739. Wow, that is just a beauty right there. Wow, I'm really glad to have this model once again. Really a great representation from my Los Angeles to Seattle flight. Wow, that is very nice right there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for mass unboxing number 9. So without being said, let's conclude this mass unboxing and give you my final thoughts on all these models right here. So without being said, let's get into the conclusion. Well, you guys thought that mass unboxing 9 was over, huh? Well, it looks like we have another box right here. This box comes from JetCollector, and this is actually my replacement model from the French-made Airbus AT5900 that I unboxed within this video. Of course, as you guys know, or you probably saw already, that model came broken. It had a terrible paint chip and loose horizontal stabilizers, but after I did all the recordings on that, I immediately contacted I immediately contacted JetCollector to see if I can have a replacement model of this, and it finally came. And yeah, once again, they're based out of Grass Valley, so the shipping was very fast, and it was immediately that they responded. So I really appreciate JetCollector, and yeah, I'm eager to see on how this model is gonna turn out, and hopefully this French B Airbus A350 is intact. They have like, I think 2 more in the shelves. Oops, I did not meant to hit my camera. I think they have a couple in their shelves, but I hope this one does not have like a broken horizontal stabilizers or bad paint chips. But as I open the box right here and take out all these like packing peanuts, I should have the replacement model itself. And as I take it out, ooh, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so there we go. And here she is, my French B Airbus A350 replacement from French B. So yeah, I really appreciate JetCollector for giving me a replacement of this model right here. I have not returned the broken one as of late, but hopefully I can within this week. Well, of course, within this week, but of course this is going to be coming out like on the day this is being premiered. But other than that, we have my French B Airbus A350 replacement. So with that being said, let's unbox the model and hopefully this replacement is good. So, is my French B Airbus A350-900 replacement going to be in good condition or not? We'll just have to wait and see. But other than that, I'm just very excited to have this replacement, and yeah, hopefully it turns out better than the previous one. And yeah, I'm just eager to see. Can't wait to have my first A350-900 in my collection. And how about this? Thank you so much, NG Models, for the, well, JetCollector, for giving me the CRP. Although it's already have one from the previous one. Alright, so without being said, get ready for the grand unveiling. Ooh. Better make sure I take it slowly out of the cradle. Okay, we're looking good so far. Let's check the wings. Wings are good. Horizontal stabilizers, perfect. No loose horizontal stabilizers. And how about this? And let's see if they're paint chips. Perfect, perfect. There she is, my replacement of the Airbus A350-900 from French B. Yeah. So thank you so much, JetCollector, for finally giving me a replacement model. And take a look at that. She is finally in great condition, and once again, I'm very glad to have my first 1-400 Airbus A350-900 in my collection. So once again, thank you so much, JetCollector, for giving me this replacement, and she looks absolutely amazing, and I'm very fortunate to finally have French B to add to my international lineup. So that's it for everything. Now let's get into the conclusion of this video. And here are all the models that I unboxed on Massive Unboxing number 9. As you can tell off the bat, I unboxed a total of 7 models in today's unboxing, so looking forward on adding these models to some of my airport updates I do in the future. And yeah, while there's like not much models, at least I got some good models for my shelves as well. But other than that, let's go over these models. So we're gonna start off with the narrow bodies as I zoom in closer. Of course, I don't think it's gonna like zoom in very closely, but let me just do this. So, okay, so here we go. So, starting off, hang on, let me just zoom in closer. Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, so we're starting things off with the JetBlue Airbus A321neo in the ribbons tail. Very fortunate to finally have the ribbons tail to add to my JetBlue collection. It'll work well for the streamer's tail that was also on NG's February 2023 releases. So very nice to have that model in my collection. Next up, we have the Alaska Airlines Boeing 737-900ER in the More to Love livery. An absolutely beautiful model from NG Models, and yeah, now that I think of it, I think I should keep this because I think NG Models did a wonderful job on this model right here. And I'm very fortunate to have this beauty in my collection, even though it's already repainted, which is quite unfortunate, but hey, it happens. But hey, at least I get to have the model of it, so I'm very glad with that. Alright, so here, let me just like lower down my tripod just a bit. Okay, there we go, so this should be good. Alright, so next up we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 in the Imua 1 livery. No need to elaborate too much on this model. I think NG Models did a wonderful job on this beautiful model right here. And yeah, very fortunate to have Imua 1 in my collection, even though you saw this model like for 4 times in my videos in my channel. But yeah, very nice to have it. Next up we have the Seattle Krakens Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9. Really nice to have another Alaska MAX 9 in my collection, and hopefully NG can do like a regular Alaska MAX 9 in the future, but who knows, it might happen. But anyways, at least I get to have the Seattle Krakens livery. But yeah, very nice model right there. Next up, we have the beautiful French B Airbus A350-900. Really fortunate to finally have a French B in my collection, and I'm really glad that JetCollector had some of their A350s, like French B A350s. More in particular, this model is April 2022 release, so with the perfect tiles right there for the French B tiles. And yeah, really glad to have it after I missed out. Well, kind of like missed out because I missed out on Pandas, trying to get it from Panda, but hey, I'm glad to have it in my collection at long last after it, like somewhere around a year. It's been a year since this model's already been released. But yeah, really glad to have it. Next up, we have the beautiful United Airlines Boeing 767-400ER in the Continental Globe livery. I'm very glad to have this beautiful model in my collection. New United aircraft, the Boeing 767, and it's a 400ER. So what can you do about it? I'm really glad to have this beauty in my collection, and hopefully hopefully I could try to get the Panda version or the the Panda, or if ever GeminiJets does a evil blue version, then hopefully I can get the Gemini version from there. But Panda is my priority, so I'm not sure if I want to get it right now, but Panda is on my list. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna buy it right away, but Panda is my option right there. And to finish it all off, we have the beautiful Delta Airlines. Oops, do apologize if the camera was a bit shaky right there, but we do have the Gemini 200 Delta Airlines Boeing 737-900ER. Man, I'm very fortunate to finally have this beautiful 1-200 model in my collection, and it's absolutely perfect for my Delta Airlines fleet. And yeah, this is my first ever Delta 1-200 model in my collection, so I'm very fortunate to have that. I do have a bigger scale Delta 737-800 that I unboxed back at Massive Unboxing 4, but I'm really glad to have this 1-200 Delta 739 to represent my flight from Los Angeles to Seattle Tacoma International Airport from there. Yeah, it was a very fun flight, and yeah, really glad to fly on a Delta 739. So yeah, that's it for today's video. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed Massive Unboxing number 9. Not much models, but of course we have Massive Unboxing 10, which is going to be a lot bigger than Massive Unboxing 9. Of course, I haven't done much Massive Unboxings this year because of budgeting, but hey, at least I do have these models right here to represent all these models for my collection, and I can't wait to feature some of these models in a future airport update, or a future Roseville airport update, or another airport update that I can do. But other than that, both of these models look absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to, well, give you guys some reviews on them and then show them off. Well, kind of like show them, no, I don't know. But I'm really excited to have them in my collection regardless. That's all I can really say, because these models look absolutely very nice, and yeah, really glad to have both of these models in my collection because they are perfect for my overall aircraft fleet in model form in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, once again, as I said, hope you guys enjoy Massive Unboxing 9, and overall these models are looking absolutely amazing. And make sure to stay tuned. Make sure to stay tuned for Massive Unboxing 10, because Massive Unboxing 10 is going to be very bigger than all my Massive Unboxing that I did from the past. So excited for Massive Unboxing 10, but that'll do it for Massive Unboxing 9. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And don't forget to check out all my other Massive Unboxings by clicking on that playlist. And if you want to check out all my other model plane content, then you can scroll through all my playlists, and then you click on some model plane stuff, and you can see all my model plane content from there. So yeah, with that being said, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.